Hey guys, how's it going? I was just kind of in a weird mood, and when I get in those kind of weird moods, sometimes I realize that going to a place of service really helps me push through any sort of areas that need to be purged out and kind of brings me back to a state of being balanced and grounded. So here I am. I'm going to do a video here for us today. I have been getting quite a few private readings lately, and I just want to thank everybody who has been reaching out to me for private readings. It means so much, guys, and it really does help me in the progression of keeping this channel going and everything like that, and being able to stay dedicated to this craft. So I very, 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 very much appreciate it. I was hoping that I'd have a new camera out before I made a new video, and it looks like I lied. And this is actually probably going to be the last video with this crappy camera. Not that the camera is actually that crappy, because I am super grateful. It has been super handy, and I'm glad to have had something to be able to get this channel up and going. I am just ready to grow past it, so you guys can also see the cards that I'm looking at. So, without further ado, today's video will be about the Divine Masculine, and what was it? It was how the karmic partner is currently viewing the Divine Masculine through their twin flame journey. And kind of heading into this new moon, how the karmic partner is viewing the twin flame journey and all the changes that they've seen in their divine masculine. Something along the lines of that. That's really the energy I'm trying to get out here. So, really, that karmic partner tie to the divine masculine, and them being aware of maybe the twin flame journey as well. What kind of challenges they're facing or how they're feeling, that kind of stuff. I will record or provide all the information in the description as far as being able to get private readings, donations, the Patreon, all that stuff, as well as the Facebook. And I think I might actually include some poetry I wrote about my divine masculine. She is quite pretty, and sometimes I like to write poetry to her, and she totally loves it. So I feel like I might share some of that, and it will be provided in the description if I do decide to share that. So let me just go ahead and get right into shuffling these, or not shuffling, but dealing these cards out here for us. I've already said the prayer, and I've shuffled the other two decks, so this was just the last one to do. Alright, so the bottom energy here and the overall energy for this top row is going to be the Alchemist. This is them probably being in a state of manipulation and or manifestation. I just say manipulation for this particular instance because, I don't know, I'm feeling a little spicy today, I guess, towards them. But no, for real on this, this is them being in that kind of like mental headspace of planning out and trying to get the desired outcomes that they're looking for, or even if they're maybe not particularly planning it, still in that mental headspace. And this could be really talking about whatever they're thinking about being bred into reality. So we'll see what we have come up here. The King of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and the Two of Cups. So, what we're looking at here is the King of Wands. This is them really seeing the Divine Masculine in this creative, passionate state. The Divine Masculine might be kind of a little all over the place with this kind of moon energy, and they might really be seeing them just kind of in a new light. If this isn't something that they've seen from the Divine Masculine before. The Ace of Pentacles is all about the three-dimensional, grounded new beginning. This could be a adventure into business. This could be a step in a relationship. Something along the lines of that. Some sort of three-dimensional offer is what they're hoping to be basically manifest and bring in. The Ten of Pentacles is them trying to potentially manifest and create this happy home life and abundance here with the Divine Masculine. I think I'm going to change this reading just kind of halfway through. I have 3 decks, and I'm just this is kind of already just starting out to be an interesting read. So I think I'm going to actually run how the Divine Masculine is feeling down here with how they're feeling up here, and then we'll run something in the middle for clarifiers on kind of likely outcomes between the two of them. I hope that makes sense. I'm totally on board with it though. I think it should be a pretty cool read here. So the Ten of Pentacles here with this is them trying to create this home life. The Three of Cups here is all about them looking at and trying to probably figure out this third-party situation. So this could be them really looking at the Divine Masculine and realizing that they have this other person and maybe how they can kind of, cope with the situation or remove that situation and bring it to this Two of Cups state between the two of them, right? Because that's ultimately what the Karmic is hoping to do here. They're hoping to take it from this third-party situation into this Two of Cups, just two-party situation. So, let's see what we got going on here for the Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine will be represented on the bottom. And their current situation, their thoughts, their feelings, and then probably the likely outcome will be here with clarifiers in the center. So right now we see that the Divine Masculine has the overall ending energy of the Fool. This is a new start. This is some sort of new adventure, some sort of new place that they've come to. This is that leap of faith that they're getting ready to take and start off on a new adventure. We have the Judgment card here. Judgment is all about them coming to a spiritual awakening. That kind of rebirth, trial through fire of ascension, rising from the ashes like the phoenix. This is them having the wake-up call. This is like the alarm clock basically going off for the Divine Masculine into a spiritual ascension. So, as the Divine Masculine has been waking up for the last, several months, and obviously this is all going to be varied depending on your particular journey, because they go through basically phases, and it all just kind of depends on if you're on an accelerated path or if you're on, it just totally depends on everybody's journey. It's too in particular to call, but they're basically having this next level of ascension occur right now in their life. This is them stepping into more intuition, more spiritual awareness, things like that. We have the Strength card. This is them taking control. This is them finding the strength in their situation to take control and do what is necessary. Finding the willpower through that abdominal chakra. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank to it. I'm not going to look it up in the middle of a video here. But finding that willpower in order to move forward. The Seven of Cups here is all about them going through the stages of choices and trying to figure out what path is the best path for them. What's going to take them to that overall highest level of self and best interest for them. So, we have the Hermit here, which is them in a state of internal inner reflection. This could be them, pulling away from everybody and going into a state of isolation. This could be them trying to find projects where they can just work alone for the time being so they can really be in their head and kind of reflect what's been going on emotionally with them. The Three of Wands here is all about movement forward. It's that it's that drive and action card of movement forward. And this following up the Hermit is probably will be indicated of whatever the Hermit is thinking and taking that sort of action. So let's get some clarifiers between the two of these. I actually really am enjoying this reading already. Cool. So to me, it's just kind of the positions here. I'm gonna kind of read this here, and I think I'm gonna be able to figure it out pretty well. So the karmic partner here, imbuing of the divine masculine, is really trying to hold on to them. They're really trying to keep this connection. They're not really ready to let go of this person here. However, we do see that this is being represented with the Seven of Cups underneath this. So to me, this is them holding on to something that is an illusion, some sort of choice, some sort of, hologram or not truth to who they are. Because ultimately, I feel like they're still seeing this in this like lover style connection here. And they're very much trying to, work through this situation of holding on to them, yet dealing with all the previous choices from the past and the illusions that really have occurred throughout this entire relationship here. There may have been some dishonesty, obviously. Coming from the divine masculine up here, the divine masculine is having a spiritual awakening about the lover situation, this divine connection here, and realizing that maybe some of the choices that they've had have been illusions in the past. Where they're currently at might be an illusionary state, with this being that combined energy between the two of them. Despite all of this, they're trying to hold on to what has kind of occurred. But I think with this Judgment card here and this spiritual awakening, them holding on to something that's not going to work out, or realizing that maybe they've been working on, that's definitely the message. They're realizing through the illusions that they're holding on to something that is an illusion here. So this is very interesting in trying to kind of read it from both sides, and I hope I'm going to be able to come across kind of clear. It might take me a couple of times to kind of figure out exactly what Spirit's trying to get across, but I hope I can relay this message because I do like this layout quite a bit. Let's see what we have come up here for this Ace of Pentacles. And the Strength card from the Divine Masculine. So this is a three-dimensional offer here. Three-dimensional offer to the Divine Masculine. But what they're being offered here is something of temptation. It's something of codependency. It has chains written all over it. And because they have the chains written all over it, and that codependency, that addictive quality, that thing that's not serving their highest interest, ultimately, it looks like they're going to have an angel step in here for not only the karmic partner, but also the divine masculine. This temperance being right here in the center. And this is going to balance out the emotional state and really provide them the clarity to probably break this chains, this codependency, whatever's been going on between the two of them here. Because temperance is all about finding that balance and that enlightenment through spirituality. So through the patience and through spirituality, they have this kind of breakthrough. And basically, the karmic partner is going to come to a situation of the High Priestess. The High Priestess is all about somebody that finds their intuition and learns how to navigate through the, at that barrier of the third and fifth dimension. These are very similar cards, as Temperance has 1 foot on land, 1 foot on water, representing that balance between spiritual and that three-dimensional grounded reality. The high priestess is kind of in the same spot where she's not sitting or she's not standing in that realm, but she's at the edge of it. She is the guardian. She's the gatekeeper of the realm of the third dimension and the fifth dimension. And this is also through intuition here. About secrets and things that have been in the like in the dark, coming to light. So with that, they're going to have some sort of breakthrough through the temperance angel. One of their higher angels is going to step in and basically provide them with some insight to balance out the emotions in this codependence kind of addiction, whatever the case is here. For the divine masculine, we see them kind of coming into the same state here. They finally find the strength and the courage to start using their intuition, seeing what's been hidden from them, and this illusionary state coming into the light here. I don't know why, but in particular, I'm picking up on the moon right here on the regular the card here. Maybe there's some significance with this full moon coming in. We'll see. I'm very interested to see if we pull any more cards that have moons on them. With that being said, we have Temperance obviously stepping in here. And this is them having their intuition to bring in an angel to help them with this codependent addiction state in relation to probably this offer here. Whatever this offer is that is being brought to them, I think they're realizing that this is just not something that's going to serve their best interest. That this is some kind of like an offer from the devil, so to speak, and it's really, really not going to be something that helps them. It's going to, chain them. It's going to tie them down. All right, well, let's move on to this. The Ten of Pentacles with the Seven of Cups. So, So this is an interesting situation here. We have the Ten of Pentacles with the Death card right underneath it, then the Four of Wands and the Eight of Cups. So for the karmic partner here, this is talking about probably the end of the home, the fantasy of the home life, or the idea of having this happy, abundant home life here. This could really be the end of them seeing this kind of connection because of whatever occurs over here with this Temperance angel. This to me says that when the bonds get broken with this devil energy here, that basically this is going to end the illusion of this like marriage, soul partner, thing like that, this harmony and coming together, that union state between the two of them. This will end that kind of idea between them in this home life. And with that, this is them ultimately leaving the emotionally unfulfilling situation here, right? This is them going and taking their walk of shame out and saying, for whatever reason, this connection has not worked between us, despite us giving it our best effort and really trying to move forward with it. It's just not something that has worked out between us. So, for the Divine Masculine, we have the progression here from the Seven of Cups to the Eight of Cups. So this is a choice getting made. And the choice that gets made ultimately is to leave behind the unfulfilling emotional situation. And I really see them kind of moving on to this Four of Wands, which is that twin flame union. This is where they're wanting to end up, which means that they realize ultimately that they have to end out this cycle of kind of leading on that this home life can even be a thing that continues to happen, or this happiness, this is kind of removing one of the first masks to me. And one of the most important masks to be removed is obviously the mask to the karmic partner. Probably even more important than removing the mask for the divine feminine is removing the mask for the karmic partner and letting them know this dissatisfaction, this place of incompatibility, them no longer kind of leading on situations that they know are not in their best interest and not going to fulfill them or serve them, or that they have really no desire to have their entire life spent that way. So that is really what I'm saying here. I would like to point out again that we do have another representation of the moon here in the Eight of Cups. So I wonder, again, are we going to see some major energy changes here with this full moon? I'm already starting to really pick up on this full moon, and we have yet to even have the eclipse happen. So the Three of Cups here and the Hermit. Let's see what we have show up here for this. So to me, here we have the Three of Cups being represented, which is that third party situation. And it looks to me that they've come to this hangman spot for the karmic partner. And through the hangman, they have basically come to this intuition, or they're seeing this from this new perspective. And the new perspective is really still, I guess, kind of, maybe they weren't so worried about the third party situation in the past. Maybe it wasn't something that was kind of like really affecting them. But now that they've kind of had a new look at it and a new insight to it, they might be looking at it and kind of going like, I want someone that's 100% about me and not anyone else. I don't want to be with somebody that is in love with somebody else or has these crazy feelings about somebody else. And this is them moving into that Five of Cups energy, where they start to kind of dwell on it, and they're still focusing on the past. It's that Three Cups that they have spilled on the floor, and not even paying attention to the Two of Cups, that those two emotions, this Two of Cups right here, right? And to me, I think this is because they're seeing that this attachment for the divine masculine is really in relation to this divine feminine. There might have been some moments that they've just caught the divine masculine really dwelling or thinking about, or who knows what they've seen. Maybe they've gone through phones, emails, texts, I don't know if anybody else has like boxes of mementos, things like that. Who knows what they've gone through and seen or felt. Some of these people are probably pretty empathic too. If they're attracted to somebody that is in that divine nature, they very well might be empathic themselves and just kind of picking up on these vibes. You don't have to be anybody crazy to really read into people's vibes. You just have to kind of be in tune with the flow of the world and everything like that. So through the Hermit here, we see that state of inner reflection. She is now seeing the divine feminine in all her glory, kind of thing. She's seeing that passionate, creative side, that longing and desiring for that connection to reoccur here. And because she's seeing this, she's still kind of stuck in the past. He's still kind of stuck in the past. And dwelling over the Three Spelled Cups. They're not even focused on what they currently have. They're sad that they've missed out on this opportunity here with their divine feminine. They're really looking at this through that time of reflection here, and really pretty sad about everything that's occurred. And they know that they really only have themselves to blame for a lot of the actions and things that have occurred. And I'm getting this just like really deep remorse feeling of wishing that they could go back and just change things and do things totally different. Obviously that's not a reality. That's not how things can work. But I get this feeling that they just kind of keep pleading with the universe to being able to go back and just change things and do things differently and having like a second chance. I'm really picking up on that kind of feeling here from it. And this ultimately leads them into the hangman. This is them seeing it from a new perspective, right? This is them now, dwelling on the past, and because they've been dwelling on the past, coming to a new perspective and seeing it through a new light, their situation and why the things from the past have occurred and what they could have done differently to maybe have prevented this or stopped some of the actions that have happened here. And this, they have some sort of breakthrough that comes through it. And to me, the breakthrough is whatever has been internalized through the hermit and obviously also through the hangman. Um, you know what? Why not? Let's pull a clarifier. What is the breakthrough here that they have? Can we see it? Cool. So it looks like the breakthrough is going to be them stepping into the emperor role. This is them really taking control of the situation, owning all their archetypes, and this is going to allow them to be in command of what's going on, and really, probably start this process here and start this process here. Um, I really feel like that's kind of the overall energies that the divine masculine finally stepping into this emperor role in the three-dimensional, taking everything they've been thinking about and putting it into action, finally getting the fuck out of their head and doing it in the real world. So the Three of Wands into the Two of Cups here. Let's see what we have come up for this energy. So, under the Two of Cups for the karmic partner, we have this defensive nature. Them being really defensive and trying to figure out the balance between everything that's occurred here. To me, this really reads a lot like them taking a step back and going like, wait a second, like I know that I have this relationship, but is this really something that I want? And is this something that I can even, really do? And this maybe this is them balancing out their emotions and their time and their energy and effort and kind of taking it elsewhere if they've been putting a lot of time, energy, and effort into the situation. Because ultimately they do come from like this defensive place in regards to this Two of Cups, and ultimately there's got to be some sort of balance that's happened here with some sort of new beginning emotionally between the two of them. So the divine masculine has a place of action. They're wanting to go ahead and proceed into something here with a new emotional beginning, and trying to balance out this interaction here. And I'm not necessarily sure that the emotional new beginning balancing out is even with the karmic partner, because I am picking up that they're being kind of defensive towards this person. They're being standoffish. They're wanting to balance things out, but I'm not sure that it's with the karmic, because I'm really picking up that this Nine of Wands is them being standoffish, defensive, not really wanting to move in that direction. They're putting up walls and barriers here. That's very much, what this card is it's that wall barrier that you can see kind of being built there. So this might be them moving forward with some sort of an emotional new beginning, but I don't necessarily think it's with the karmic. I think this is them balancing out the effort and energy that they've been showing the karmic, but by them being defensive. So this might be them also kind of pulling back if they've been putting a lot of time, energy, and effort there. The overall ending energy for that here was justice. Justice is about balancing of the scales, balancing of the emotions, a balancing of karma, and all the actions that have come through with it. Yeah, I think this is just kind of an interesting read. I didn't see enough of the moon here to really make me go like, maybe, but still, I don't know. Maybe, right? Hopefully. I'm ready. I'm ready. And I'm sure most of you guys are too. So, like, comment, share, subscribe if you thought this video was interesting or enjoyed it. If you absolutely hated it, I guess downvote it to hell, and I'll never make another one. So, Thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it. All the information is provided in the link below in the description. So, thank you. Have a good day.